Hello, and welcome to the Ascent out of Avernus. I am Quack, and I am here with a friend.
Did you know, are you?
Yes, I'm here with the Prince of Ravens.
Apparently I'm here for some kind of art appointment? Something along those
Of
lines?
sorts, yes.
Wait, hold on a minute. I'm on the wrong show again, aren't I? Oh no.
Well, you're stuck here now.
Oh no, that's arguably even scarier.
But for short, I'm just going to be calling him Raven.
You call me whatever, man. I'll respond to most things.
Uh, you may recall though, about a month ago, I was streaming the process of the Ascent out of Avernus. Sadly, I had to stop because I was having terrible connection issues. So, instead, we're doing a speed paint. And Raven, would you like to tell us why you're here?
She's holding my family hostage. You won't let me go unless I take part in the art show. This is what happened with the creepypastas. No, I'm here mostly willingly to talk about my character and to discuss matters of faith. That's right. I'm going to condemn you all for not being the right religion.
So, as you can tell, we're in for some great fun today.
You're already wrong. We all know that fun is against my religion.
Great fun today.
Define fun or today. You've got to be respectable for those people that are watching this at night time. You know that some parts of the world spend
Nighttime
most of
can
their.
still be today,
No, it's
but
tonight instead.
debates over time aside, let's.
Get right to the news. Wait, no, that's also the.
Oh no, we don't want to get into that. Let's go.
Look at that pen go.
It is a
So
new.
you think this is a speed pen, but this is actually the sheer
This
speed, the
this is
immense
what
speed.
this is what going to college to study art does.
But you didn't study art in college, did
I
you?
actually did,
Oh, did you? Okay, I
but
didn't know
I
that.
didn't do digital art until quite a while after this.
I see. Fair enough.
But
Um,
yes, this is
mm,
this guy right here. This is Faith, and this is the
among the
character.
various other names he has, yes.
Well, this is the name that we knew him with,
Well,
ever so briefly.
I think he did mention his actual name very briefly. Um, Not
That
that it was
was
ever, not that it was ever relevant, and this counter should never have actually have been relevant to this campaign. But that's what happens when the DM tells you you've got more sessions left than what you have.
yeah,
Oh,
but
there goes the rest of the party. They're not. Yeah, yeah.
they're gone. They've gone home.
Yeah. I mean, the truth is, only Faith came out of it alive, which is ironic because he's already dead.
Yes, tell me about that.
Well,
How?
he's revived. Yeah, he's revived UA subclass. That's it. You're dead. Somebody is going to get irrationally
What
angry
about?
in the comments and say that I've got that wrong, and screw you.
Too bad he's
Angry
already
man.
dead.
Yeah, but it's too bad you can't get angry at Faith. He's already dead. With his immense instrument.
Yes, the instrument that he just pulled out of a pocket dimension, and now he is red. But yes,
Well,
what about his actual character? What characteristics did our good buddy Faith have?
I mean, not really a lot of. You didn't really get a chance to really see too much of him, but Faith was a bit of a dick.
He was very sarcastic, wasn't he?
Am I allowed to say that? I'm going to get you instantly demonetized. I mean, having me
That's
on your
fine.
channel is an instant demonetization. I'm currently associated with bad creepypastas on the internet, amongst a few of my friends. So that's about it, really. Um,
Oh no, Faith is a bad creepy pasta.
Well, you know when you made him red, that was hyper realistic blood, guys.
But
Yeah,
what about
Faith was kind of designed to be the polar opposite of the other character I was playing in the campaign, Avernus,
yes,
who died.
he did
Um,
die.
Thank Robin
And
for that.
Robin. Good old Robin.
Just casually getting that. I mean, it was completely with my consent. Like, it just like but I will sit here and
It
slander
was
Robin for killing. It's
it
like that
was quite
quote.
funny though. Do you want to talk about
Was
how
that
that
that,
all came about? Don't worry
that,
about the arrows. That's just for the
that,
lighting
that,
effect.
that quote from the mafia. Look at how they massacred my boy. I think that was from the mafia. No, it was from the Godfather. Godfather. Anyway, so what was that? I just kind of zoned out with quotes from movies about Italian gangsters, which Faith might
You're
as well
you're
be.
gonna talk about Eurydice and why he died.
Well, he died because you guys couldn't accept the fact he was right on something. Even though I have repeatedly said throughout the campaign, he has yet to lie to you, and he, up until his grave, did not lie to you. Omitted truths, yes.
But we
Lie, no.
I mean
God,
he fully believed that he was in the right.
I mean, he was right. Artisan did
I
portray the
mean
party.
I mean no, I mean in the right as in morally.
I mean, yes, but I mean, have you tried to argue with a priest in real life? I
Not
haven't,
really,
but I know
no.
I haven't, but I have argued with a Catholic before. I've also argued with many people. I've argued with many people in my time as a human being. Can you say the same? Um,
My conscience is clear, Raven. Can you
my
say the
conscience
same?
is my conscience is clear. Can you say the same? Um,
Keep using my
yeah.
real name. I'm just gonna be half tempted to either keep that in or just have a stock recording of you calling me quack and then just
but just like but
editing that over.
completely jarring, like me going quack.
That's it. That's the one.
That's the line. Nah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, Faith's entire sort of thing was that I made reference to him having dated an individual that made him question his faith, which is funny because the character's called Faith. You see what I did there?
Haha, clever.
That was mentioned in his backstory, and the whole thing was that he was kind of spent the entire time. He had basically deluded himself into thinking that maybe he wasn't. I mean, that he was, but he talked to himself a lot. A lot of that conversation was directed at Faith.
Yeah,
Although
we
at the
did get
time,
to see quite
yeah,
a few instances of him just
there's
kind of
a
screaming at the
seeming,
sky, and
yeah,
we never got to
um,
know who he was actually screaming
angry,
at until
angry old man screams at the sky because he was haunted by the fact of like, what have I done? Like, maybe I made a choice here. Double down on his zealotry. If I don't know if you're going to do a speed paint of Iridus, but if you do a speed paint of Iridus, I will at least I'll go with that. But Faith was basically born out as a joke of me saying, "What if my backup character was the guy he killed?" And I went, "Hold on a minute, there's a subclass for that." Faith wasn't pure revived; he was Shadow Sorcerer. My first time ever playing Sorcerer. Might also be my last time playing Sorcerer. Not anything wrong with
and
Sorcerer,
now we
but
get to the highlights.
oh god, oh god, he's having a fight with the mustard factory. Um, um,
It does look kind of weird using yellow for the highlights, but
but it makes
there
it
was
makes
yeah.
sense in
Once
the
I get
wider
like
context.
I mean once I get the background in and the proper lighting, it will
Yeah,
be
it makes a lot
better
more
suited.
sense. But yeah,
It
oh bloody hell,
also
we're
it
nearly done.
also goes very well with the purple in
Yeah,
reskin. I wanted to
yeah,
go with kind of a cold color scheme to go with the fact that he's dead, so he'd be very cold.
who's dead, Dave? But yeah,
He's dead, Dave.
I don't know if you asked David, he said he was pretty hot. But let's not go there. I
Why
get out of
not?
his. I can out him. He's dead. But yeah, and I sort of built Faith. I had hummed and hard what class I was actually going to make Faith in terms of multi-classing. I do plan on using him again because I got a grand total of a single session out of him. Um, in which I might change him from it into Bard. I might make him Bard Rogue hybrid. I might make him Bard Warlock. Not Bard Warlock, Rogue Warlock. I'm not too sure how much I'm going to keep the Shadow Source for part of him. I don't really use too much. To answer any questions about that instrument, that's a Theobo, also known as an Angelica in some parts of medieval France. It's basically a lute mixed with a bass lute. There is a modern equivalent of an instrument that exists in Ukraine that I can't remember the name of, but if you look up Theobo, Therobo, I think. Feel free to put the actual spelling in the video if I get that wrong. You will hear
I
people
will.
playing it.
Yeah, I will put that in if need be. But we're actually getting to the end now.
I know.
I'll
I
have the image of the final
it's a,
product after this. Uh, I got most of it, but like then I realized during the editing process that I missed highlighting the horns, so I put that in afterwards.
nice, yeah. Is there anything else we really should go over about Faith before we close it? I mean, there's
I
a
mean,
lot
I know
about
you
Faith I
said
don't
you
want to
wanted.
tell you
Yeah,
because,
you said you wanted to play him again, so you want to keep
yeah,
those secrets
I
for
want to
the
keep an
time being.
air of mystery about him.
Mm.
I'd also
What
hummed
about
and hard. Go on,
Sorry, what
sorry.
about Iridus and where you got the idea of him? Because that was an interesting idea that led to some
Look,
especially interesting revelations.
the whole look, Avernus was a character that I got invited pretty much to this campaign, kind of in the back end of it, like not the back end of it. Like I was introduced when the campaign was already going, but I'd missed a couple of sessions. It was people I didn't know, and I'm thinking, Avernus was a character I was still like deciding on up until session start. Like I think to the DM I had submitted um the character sheet, the backstory, I think something like 10 minutes before we started or something. Um,
That's the
Iridus was
first
it
time hearing of this.
that Iridus was I was still developing Iridus halfway through the camp. Half of my quotes for Iridus were ripped from the game Alpha Centauri. Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, not sponsored, although if we were sponsored by that game, why would we? It's been out for ages. Brilliant game. Anyway, but that game's entirely about dystopian futures on another planet, but a lot of the quotes worked really well for a religious zealot. Other inspirations, there was a little bit of Saltspire from the Vermintide games. There's a little bit of the sort of stereotype of religious zealots in there. I wanted to play a character that I like playing evil characters. I like playing characters of moral ambiguity.
You
You
definitely
know this
do
very well.
enjoy that.
I do. I enjoy being an
You play
arsehole as a
those.
guy.
You play those characters very well, though.
I do, yes.
Take that how you will.
Yeah. But with Iridus, it was a case of I wanted to play a character. The general presentation, you look at Iridus, he fits the sort of stereotypical fantasy good like guy, sort of good guy priest. White robes, blonde hair, blue eyes. He's an elf. He's a high elf, so obviously he can't be evil because only the drow are evil. Um, I just wanted to play a character that partly, as overdone it is, trumps the expectations. But Iridus was a character that, right up until the line, "Are you questioning me on matters of faith?" Up until that line, you were all fairly under the assumption that he was going to be a good guy. He's going to be a nice guy. And as the campaign went on, he devolved more and more down this path of a crazed zealot, and ultimately got him killed.
That is
Shame.
true.
Shame. But yeah, Iridus was a character I was like, I wanted to reference the fact that I'm not sure how it is with D&D these now because it's changed, but I know in the past, traditionally, tieflings tended to be hated by wider society because it indicated somebody in their family did something with a devil. I wanted to play into that with his character, especially if we were going to hell. Avernus was a character that worked for Avernus on the basis that he should not be the type of character to go to Avernus, you know?
You
Yes,
know,
and Faith was.
it was just very sad that since he didn't get to survive to the end of Avernus, he did not get his famous catchphrase.
If you do a speed paint of Avernus, which I'm going to mention it enough times that you'll go, oh no, I've got to do a speed paint of
I,
Avernus.
with the amount of time this is going, I might actually just have some concept arts of Iridus going on alongside this,
Yeah,
so it's not just the
um,
one picture of Faith.
yeah. I guess the famous catchphrase of Avernus, don't fuck, was born entirely out of a audio cutting out when I meant to shout "don't fuck" with the LTL team, but it just came out of me screaming "don't fuck" at the top of my voice. Um,
But
Hilarity ensued.
the fact that it cut out also worked so well with what you were
Yeah,
referencing.
yeah. It was, yes. Spoilers. For a very long time on the Discord server, I was the don't fuck man. I believe I am still currently sarcastic compost man because that was the
I believe you
nickname
are.
Robin gave to Faith. Um, but yes, I
I'm
do.
trying to remember
Iridus,
what my role
Iridus
was.
will.
Ah, yes, the
Iridus
world
will.
champion of shin kicking. We will get more of
Yes.
that in the speed paint of Drummond and Lorelei.
Yeah. Iridus will be coming back in due time.
Herodis will return,
Iridus will. I am not.
and he
Iridus
will
is not
rain his
done
light
with
upon
this.
you.
Yeah, pretty much. Um,
Is he going to be the
and
final boss of our Call of Cthulhu campaign?
no. I have the final. Oh god, the final boss of I Call the Cthulhu campaign has already been decided. Um, also on that
Let's
note,
hope we
you all
survive
out
that
here with
long.
you guys with your big conspiracy theory that Iridus is tied into I Call the campaign. He's not.
To
I've
be
been working on
fair,
that Call of Cthulhu campaign before I actually joined up with you guys. I panicked and needed a religion, and I already had one fleshed out for um, I already at least had the basis of a religion fleshed out for my Call of Cthulhu campaign. So I took that, shoved it in a fantasy setting, and changed some things like the Monastery of Incandescent Radiance. The monastery in Call of Cthulhu was just called the Monastery. It doesn't have any fancy name to it. It was sort of I had something I could work with, and I've kind of developed a miniature theology because I want to play more characters related to that religion in the future as well.
that would be really
Um,
interesting.
yeah,
But
I
like,
do want. In our next serious campaign, I'm probably going to use Faith, if not another character. I'm
fair.
going to give it a few campaigns before I bring back Iridus, but I want it to be with the same people because otherwise it loses a lot of the dramatic effect.
Yeah.
Um,
But like we made
and I
jokes
have
about
actually today.
we made those jokes about Drummond and William being like two sides of the same coin, two versions
Yeah,
of the same person. It's
yeah,
kind of like that a bit with the religion that Iridus has versus the
yeah,
Rebasiles.
yeah. Um, but yes, I actually have about yeah was it yeah it was yesterday. I have actually but I can't say that here because that is spoilers.
Don't worry,
Um,
I'll put like a big foghorn noise or something over that entire sentence.
well,
It'll just be that.
no, I haven't told you how. You know, just
But
you know that he will be coming back.
oh,
He will return, as will Faith.
excellent.
And you're all going to hate it.
But we're also
look,
going to
look,
love it.
look, all I'm saying is if at the end of this Call of Cthulhu campaign, you know, and I know it's not relevant to this, we'll, you know, if anything comes out of that, we'll go over the details of that. But if we get the end of this campaign and you guys are still fine with me doing my own thing, then you have made a sorry mistake.
I
Uh,
mean, I've known you long enough to know that that's always a mistake, but it's also very interesting to see what you come up with.
yes, yes. People for some reason seem to enjoy what I do, so I continue to do it. Nobody's told me to stop yet.
That's
Um,
that's why I've got you working with me on the Aurora work, which we really need to get back to.
we do.
But
Um,
before we go on too much of a tangent, I think that's a good place to wrap up. So thank you
do you
for
have any?
joining me.
Do you have any closing remarks? Quack, because I have 16.
um, I've got more drawing to do. So next up we have Robin.
Oh no, no, not Robin, not Robin. I will say one thing for Robin. We'll say one thing for Robin. Don't drink the water.